Hi, hello.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay,
How are you?
I'm good. My name is Teacher Heather. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
And you're Florence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about myself, and then you can tell me a little bit
Okay.
about yourself. So
Okay.
I live in America, in Denver, Colorado. So it's a place where there are mountains nearby. And some things that I like to do, some of my hobbies, I like to take hikes in the mountains, to take walks in the mountains. I like to work in my garden, and I like cooking. So tell me a little bit about you.
Okay. I'm a college student.
So it's not a fossil, but it's the closest thing I have to a fossil.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Sometimes I have some jewelry made out of this too. It's called amylite, like some necklaces.
Um,
Okay. So that's
that's
kind of
great.
kind of like a fossil, but not exactly a fossil. Okay. So now on this part, you're going to actually just do some reading, and I'll stop you so that we can discuss as you're reading. So maybe you could start with this first page.
Okay.
Start with this page.
Okay. A discovery in Idaho. Picture an elephant walking down your street. It is drinking from a pond. It's eating parts of the trees. Sounds crazy, right?
So can you answer that? Would you ever see an
Yeah.
elephant in Beijing? No,
No.
no, that's crazy. But they want you to think about it because many centuries ago, it did happen. And that's what we're going to read about. So maybe you could just read this next paragraph above the picture.
Okay. Well, tens of thousands of years ago, relatives of the elephant did just that. They were called mammoths. They walked across much of what's now North America.
Yeah, North America. Okay, good. So, what's in the picture?
It's the mammoths.
Mm-hmm. And how is the mammoth like the elephant? What's their relationship?
They're relatives.
Good job. And that's one of our words that we're going to work on today. We're going to understand that word better. But I also wanted to show you another word. Maybe you know this word. Maybe you don't know this word. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this word is paleontology. And
Paleontology.
yes, and I wanted to show you that word because that is the people who study life on Earth based on fossils. So would you like to read that paragraph?
Okay.
Paleontology is,
Pa- Paleontology is the study of the history of life on Earth, as based on fossils. Fossils are the remains of plants, animals, fungi, bacteria, and single-celled living things that have been replaced by rock material, or impressions of organisms preserved in rock.
good. So I just wanted to show you this so that you know that the people who study fossils, they're called paleontologists. It's a big word.
Paleontologist.
Yes. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. So let's go to the next paragraph and read where it says in October.
In October, students and researchers from Idaho State University made a discovery. They found part of a skeleton. It was Mammoth. The animal lived between 70,000 and 120,000 years ago.
Good job.
It's exciting,
Go ahead. That's fine.
said Herb Mashner. He runs the Idaho Museum of Natural History.
Okay, let's stop there.
Dig team.
Could you stop there? Because that way we can discuss what you
Okay.
read. So in this paragraph here, what did they find?
They found part of a skeleton.
Right.
It was mammoth.
Good. Now, when they find something, there's a word for that. It says they made a what?
Discovery.
Right, and that's one of the words that we're going to work on together later, discovery. So remember, discovery means something new that they find. So they found part of a skeleton. Good. Okay, now how about these two paragraphs? To read those, please.
The dig team found part of a skull and part of a tusk. They were near the American Falls Reservoir. A reservoir is a human-made lake used to store water. Heavy summer rain washed away some soil. Because of this, part of the bones could be seen.
Thank you. So where did they find the bones?
Near the American Falls Reservoir.
Good. Now, this sentence, I want you to remember, we're going to come back to this sentence because this is where we're going to find cause and effect. So we'll do that at the end of the lesson.
Okay.
Okay. How about this whole page? You can just read the whole page.
Mary Thompson works at the museum. There may be a whole mammoth there. Thompson said, that is rare. The dig team removed what they found, but rising water levels kept them from digging out more bones. They plan to return sometime next year. Then the water levels will be back down. The found skeleton parts are now at the Idaho Museum of Natural History. Thompson says the fossils might be put on display, but for now, she and her students will study them. This find is exciting because there are still teeth in place in the jaw, Thompson said. So much can be learned from that.
Good. So what do they hope that they will find there in the future?
They want to find a whole mammoth.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it, if they find the whole mammoth. So we're going to come back to this paragraph too, and we're going to find the cause and effect. So we'll do that at the end of the lesson, the cause and effect.
Okay.
So, but what will they do with these bones? Why do they want them?
They want to get to know the mammoth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the mammoth, and we can also learn about history, about what the earth was like way many years ago, what plants were there, and that kind of thing. So that's what paleontologists like to study. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our second part of the lesson, which is we're going to focus on 4 words, and we're going to understand those words correctly. So what I did, I went ahead and I looked up the definitions for you. So the first word is relative, and I'm going to share my screen. Can you see the definitions now? Can you see that document?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so could you read where it says relatives? What's the definition of relatives right at the top?
It means a person connected by blood or marriage. Much of my time is spent visiting relatives.
Okay, good. So that's our first word, relatives. And what relatives did we have in the story? We read about relatives. Who?
The mammoth is the elephant's relative.
Very good. Now, can you tell me something about your relatives, please? Make a sentence about your relatives.
I have many relatives.
Okay. And they live in?
They live in the southwest of China.
Okay. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have an elder brother.
Okay. So that's your relative, your parents, your grandparents, your brother, anyone in your family. So easy. Let's go to the next word.
Yeah.
The next word is discovery. So I'm going to share my screen. And can you read the definition for discovery?
Be the first to find or observe a place, substance, or scientific phenomenon. Fleming discovered penicillin. How to pronounce this word?
Yeah, it's a medicine. It's called penicillin. It's a medicine.
Penicillin, early in the 20th century.
Right. So to discover means you're the first person to find it. So what did they discover in our story?
Students and researchers from Idaho State University made a discovery.
What was the discovery?
They found part of a skeleton.
Right. So the mammoth skeleton was the discovery. Mammoth skeleton. Okay. Can you make a new sentence with the word discovery?
Many people try to make a discovery in some ancient places.
Good. That's a really good sentence. I have no corrections. That's fine. It's good. Sometimes we also use this word in another way. When we understand something for the first time, like I could say, today I made a discovery. I love coffee. It's something we use not just for science. We use it in other ways too, that we understand something for the first time. Oh, I discovered I love pizza. Wow. Something like that. So you can use this word in that way too. Okay, the next word is tusk. And let me share my screen and have you read the definition. Tusk.
A long pointed tooth, especially one specially developed so as to protrude from the closed mouth, as in the elephant, walrus, or wild boar.
Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the picture and I'm going to ask you to circle the tusk. I turned on the pencil for you. Easy. Good. So once you see it, easy. Tusk. So can you make a sentence with tusk?
The mammoth has a long and sharp tusk.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well done. Just so I don't forget, even though you're older, I'll give you some trophies anyway. We always do that with the younger, but oh well, we do it for everybody. Okay, the next word is remove. And would you like to read the definition?
Take something away or off from the position occupied. Customs officials removed the documents from the premises.
Okay, so now let's go back to our story. And you can circle if you want, or just use your words. What did they remove? What did the dig team remove? Fine.
Removed the found skeleton parts.
Right. Exactly. They removed what they found so far. Good.
Yeah.
And make a sentence about something you removed once.
They removed what they found.
Okay. That's good. Now, let's talk about your life. Let's talk about your life for a minute. So today you went to your classes, right?
Yeah.
You went to your lessons. So could you make a sentence about something you removed from your classroom to bring home with you?
I removed my homework.
Good. That's fine. That's fine. I removed my homework. Good sentence. No problem. Let me try one. So today I removed all the garbage from my home. Yeah. So easy. Removed. You take something and you move it to another place. Okay. So how do you feel about those 4 words?
It's easy for me.
Okay, good. No problem. So we'll move on now. We finished those 4 words.
Okay.
Now, we're going to talk about the illustration. The question is, how does this illustration help raise your interest to read the story? So how did the picture help you?
It helps me to know the appearance of the mammoth clearly.
Good. Good. Now, this is more fun here. We're going to do a couple activities. This is a mind map, and you're going to fill in the 5 answers to these questions from our reading today. So, who is in our story?
The dig team and students from the Idaho University.
Right, good. And just briefly, you probably know this, but just so you know, the who in the story we always call characters. Those are characters in the story. Okay, what about what? Can you answer what?
They found some skeleton.
Good.
Near the reservoir.
Good. So we call that Plot. The plot of the story. What happened? Okay, can you answer where?
Near the national reservoir.
Okay, and we call that setting. Where is setting? Now, we'll skip when for now. What about why?
Because they want to get to know the history of the ancient animal.
Good. You did a good job with that. Okay, so now I also told you about a skill called cause and effect. Do you already know about this? Cause and effect?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to practice. We're going to practice with that by going to a few sentences here. So, on this sentence, can you tell me the cause and the effect? So what's the cause first? Sorry, I will erase that so you can see. What's the cause in this sentence?
Cause
So the cause means why. The cause always answers the question why. So, and then effect, yeah, go ahead.
Because of the rising water levels, so they can't dig out more bones.
Right. So if I'm to divide this sentence in half, which half of the sentence is the cause? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Excellent. And number 2 is the effect, which always answers the question, what? So it kept them from digging more bones. Let's do one more.
Okay.
This one's going to be fun. Let's do the cause and effect of this sentence. So, which part of the sentence is the cause? And which part of the sentence is the effect? So the cause will answer the question, why?
The cause is the number 2.
Yes, you got it. Because the teeth are still in place. And then what's the effect?
The effect is number 1.
Yeah, I think this is kind of fun to find the cause and the effect. Let's do one more. I know we're almost done with our time, but let's do one more.
Okay.
So I'm going to say number 1 and number 2. Which part of the sentence is the cause?
Because number 1.
Yeah, good. I can't trick you. I tried to make it hard for you. So it's right. The rain is the cause. And what was the effect?
So the effect is part of the bones could be seen.
Very good. You understand. You know how to do cause and effect. Well done. Okay. So that's it. And I saw that you don't want any more homework. You probably have plenty of homework from your normal classes. I can understand.
Yes.
And I want to say to you, it's very good that you take your time to practice your English instead of just relaxing in the evening. Well done. So before we say goodbye, I'll put that away. So you can just use your memory and your words. Can you tell me what you learned in our lesson today?
I learned the relatives of the elephant. That's mammoth.
Good.
And a dig team find their skeleton and want to and removed the to do research.
Right. Found. Right? They found it.
Found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And what skill did we work on? Where we divided the sentences. What's that called? We found the and the.
Cause and the effect.
Good. You did very good. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll say goodbye then, unless I hope to see you again.
Okay.
You're welcome to join me for another class, another time. Okay. Bye,
Okay.
Florence.
Bye-bye.
Well done.
Bye-bye.
Bye.